Alright, welcome back to Race Review. This is episode number 5. And this is the main event from that rainy, actually dry heat. So, I can't remember what our qualifying, we started. I'm just going to skip through this because I am warming my tires up. Keep in mind, it did rain earlier today, so it is still pretty cold. And so, I don't know what I was pointing at. Something. Let's just get through this. Alright. Man, that's a huge crack in the asphalt. So, we are started in 4th place. Yes, indeed we are. And we're going around the bull ring. And while you're waiting for us to go around the bull ring, don't forget to slide right into that. You can drift right into the subscribe. I know, I'm saying it again. But you got about 5 seconds till the action starts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are on that front straightaway, waiting for the go, wait for the go. Are we gonna go? Are we gonna go? I think we're going. We're going. No, we got to restart. I don't remember why we got to restart, because that was a pretty reasonable start. But judging by how the guys are waving at us, appears they didn't really like it. Our race director's scratching his chin. I don't really know what he thought of that. I remember talking to him after the race, and he said he thought it was the start was too fast, which is weird because it really wasn't. But hey, you don't agree with everything, with everyone, on everything with everyone, that is. But now we are green, and man, that was not the best start by the number 20 driver, but we're gonna push him through because, well, I'm here to fix his fuck-ups, apparently. Sorry, I edited that out. But we get that switchback. That was nicely done into that corner. He did not have a great start. I want to look back at that, because that definitely, he looks like he got caught off guard a little bit, which is not very common for drivers such as himself. But yeah, he got really slow off the start, and we're pushing him a ton here. And so he tries to squeeze that 39 driver in the inside, but just can't quite get it done. And on that such a weird line, we just slide right past him on the switchback. And now, again, just like that other race, the hunt is on. And those 2 drivers in the front are getting away quickly. So now it's up to us to get past the 39 driver as soon as possible because, well, I say we have to get it past him as soon as possible, but he kind of just gave that position to us. I'm not sure that was intentional. To be honest, I don't think it was. However, we got it, and I'm getting a push from that number 20 driver right now because he wants to get by that 39 driver. Oh, he actually wanted to get by. Oh, right, I forgot. We went 3 wide in this corner. I said, nah, not happening, buddy. I'm taking that position. You can fuck off. Yeah. That tends to be my internal dialogue when I race. And they left a freaking cone in the middle of the track, which, who leaves a cone in the middle of the track? I don't know. That was weird. But anywho, we're back up into it. We're in 3rd. We've repaired the damage caused at the start, more or less, except for losing the front 2. But they're in sight now, and now we've got to make sure our pace is lightning fast so we can really catch up to them. And this is going to be tough because it's a 2v2 now. I've got the number 20 driver pushing me, and you can see I'm tapping my helmet and shaking my head vehemently. I'm like, push me! Let's get him! Let's go! And see, we are already hitting the rev limiter really early, which is good. We're both pushing each other, so that's going to give us a lot of speed. So the question is, can we just nail each and every lap? And I've noticed at this point already, the longer you race karts and cars in general, you can start to tell and measure out in your brain really specific little details and measurements. So I have noticed at this point that we are indeed catching the drivers in front, which is fantastic because that's what we're here for. And this is really good news to me. I'm very happy when I heard this, or when I should say when I realized this. So that just has motivated me even more. Just beautiful turn-in, nailed that turn-in, hit the apex perfectly, got a nice little rotation on entry like I always do. I'm telling him, I'm like, push me, let's go, let's go. I want to motivate the guy behind me because I'm like, we got to get these guys in front of us. I am not letting them run away with this. Not again. It's happened too many times this season. not letting it happen. I think he was on the same page with me on that one because he was pushing me like a champ. And so now we're just getting that off camber. Wonderful exit, and we're just ever so slightly closing that gap bit by bit, lap by lap. My tires are really starting to come in, and so just grips right up there, and we keep a lot of momentum and speed there. We keep off that curb, keep it nice, because that curb slows you down. When you run into 206 with 12 horsepower, curbs are not your friend. Believe it or not, having that vibration actually causes friction more than normal asphalt, so that actually gives you resistance upon acceleration. Now this corner, okay, that corner wasn't great. We missed that apex there, and we had a slide, but it wasn't horrible, and I'm still getting that push. You can see that we're hitting that rev limiter really early, and of course I can feel that when I'm driving. Nicely done in Daytona, clean out of there. Let's see how we hit off camber. Nicely done. Just a little bit of mid-corner rotation. We got to correct for that, but that's just due to the fact that the corner is literally cambered. It's why it's called off camber, is because it basically slopes down on the outside, which just means inevitably you just slide through it all the time. And at this point, we really can see that we've started to gain, and we are pulling insanely quick lap times here. I know we're racing a lawnmower engine, and you think, well, it's a lawnmower engine. There's no such thing as a fast lawnmower engine. I get it. All right, I've heard it a million times. However, as far as lawnmower engines go, this is pretty damn quick. So we're making some really good progress right now. I can just feel it. Everyone, I remember people talking to me, a lot of the corner workers, oh, he's looking for it. Is he going to do it? No. He looked at it, though, which is good for us because what does that mean? He's going to get slower. And when he gets slower, that means we get closer. And you can already see that little move there has given us like a foot of extra distance that we've closed up, which is maybe 100th. We were probably closing on him by about a 10th a lap at this point. And the deal is that they were about many cars, like half a straightaway away from us at the start of the race because of all the commotion and having to get around slower carts. So at this point, we're just chomping at the bit. And I mean, I know it doesn't seem like that much from this point of view, but believe me when I tell you, I was so focused when I was doing this. I was dialed in. 100% of my effort was going to nailing every single corner. You can kind of see me shaking my head. I'm really excited. And as soon as they start battling, I like wave my hand to the guy behind me. I'm like, look, they're battling. We're going to get them. Now is our chance because look, as we're really slow, we get like 2-3 car lengths right there and we're right up on them. This is our chance. Again, they're getting squirrely. That 903 driver does not like being in second place. So now that we're right behind him and now we got the draft. It's done. We got him. This is it. We're faster than them. We're coming up on them. This is what we need. This is what we're going for. This is what all the hard work has gone towards, is that we can get those opportunities and work for them and make them happen. And so you can already see coming out of turn 3, we've got a lot more momentum. And we just got a lot more speed. Just we have the slightest bit of draft from the front, too. The driver behind me is on a longer gearing, so he's not really pushing me through the corners. And he's only really pushing me down the straightaway. And mind you, I was a little bit quicker than him too, and that wonderful exit. And this is where the VLR frame shines. The Tony carts and two-stroke frames, tag frames in general, whether they're comp carts, Tony carts, anything, they grip up a lot. And they don't rotate nicely through hairpin corners like this, but the VLR does it beautifully. And you can see again through Daytona, we just rotate it, and they're fighting there. And I don't really think they've realized that we pulled up on him because I'm about to go down the inside in here, but he chomps back, and I think at this point he knows I'm there because he can hear my motor revving and he can hear me in his ear. And I like to imagine he hears my thoughts when I say, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. And then the music from Jaws start playing. Dun, 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 dun. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. And that's honestly, like, I'm not even gonna lie, sometimes that is what goes through my head. Oh, he goes into the inside, and this is the perfect opportunity for us. They both go really slow into that corner, and look who's there. Look who's on the inside. He's like, ah, crap, I can't close him off. He tries to intimidate me a little bit, but I said, nah, not happening, buddy. I got the inside line. You ain't getting anywhere. I'm gonna get you now. That place is mine. It's all mine. And you can dive bomb it on the inside, but at this point, he's kind of realized that if I caught him from that far back, I've got to have some speed on him. And to his credit, at this point, he did a smart thing. Instead of trying to fight me, he's been watching me. He watches me the rest. Well, I don't want to spoil the rest of the race, but at this point, he's not fighting it. he says, this guy's quick. Why don't I just slot in right behind him, give him some pushes, try and put some pressure on him, and then maybe we'll break away from the guys that are in third and fourth. Smart thinking, right? That's what you kind of want to do in these positions, is if you get passed by that and you know that someone's got good pace on you, and here's the thing, with 206, it doesn't really matter. You could be 3/10 a lap faster than someone, but when you got a draft that completely negates it, especially on a configuration like this with such a long back straightaway. And so I'm kind of cheering him on. I'm like, give me pushes, I want to go. Because mind you, my championship rival's in 4th place now. This is an excellent position to be in. So at this point, I'm like, how can I maximize this as much as possible? Just nail every corner. We got out of 3 nicely. We got a good line. We got a good angle coming in that corner. You know, we're not pointed too far out, so you don't have to do a lot of corrective steering. Again here, it's just a little bit of a slide through turn 5. It can't be avoided, unfortunately, but we make up a lot of time and a lot of the other drivers on 8, and we just nail it in, get a little rotation on entry. The tires are getting hot. At this point, I've passed my optimal tire window, unfortunately, which, I mean, is always part of your race, right? You're going to have strategies. Some people go lower on the pressure, some people go higher, but at this point in the race, you know, I've been pushing my tires. This is the main event. Daytona, this corner here, it's very hard on the left-hand tires, especially the left front. So my left fronts are just, they're warm. They got to be babied a little bit. We can't be quite as aggressive on them. And the same thing goes for turn 3 here. This is turn 1, my bad. But turn 1, and this is turn 3. But again, very hard on those left front tires, and they put a lot of wear in the left rear tire as well. This corner doesn't put a ton of wear on the tires, but we often slide through here towards the beginning of the race because it puts so much wear on the left-hand side that the right-hand side doesn't quite get hot enough, so we tend to slide a lot. But again, you know, 8 is another left-hand abusive corner, but now we're just trying to nail every corner and every bit and just thinking about it. And now we're going to go defensive because we know they're coming for us. We got 3 laps to go, right? You can see on my mic on it says 13. That means we've got 3 laps to go. And we're just going to run those defensive lines. How can we position our kart, right? This is all about positioning. Defensive driving is about positioning your kart in a way that makes sure that no one can get past you. They can try shit, but it's not going to work. And so in these corners, there's not really any opportunities to pass. So we're just running these corners normally. We don't really need to do anything defensively. In turn 5, we need to hug that inside line, make sure that nobody can really get up inside us. And we do that beautifully. Keep it over to the left, coming into the S's right there. We want to make sure that we're covering that inside line. And this is where we got chopped off. And that was a gnarly move. Nothing really we could do about that. That one was tough, because we are last lap now, and he went for the inside in 8, and I just couldn't do anything about it. And let's see if this 20 driver... No, he doesn't quite go for it. And we're going to try and see if we can send it. No, he blocks that inside line, and there's really nothing that we can do about it at that point because we are too far over to the left to do a switchback. And so now we just got to hope that we can maybe get him as he bogs down, but no, we can't quite get him on the line. So that one was that. Really, the error came on my end from just not defending that inside line going into 8. Lesson learned, you know, very frustrating, unfortunately, but that's racing. You know, I sent it a couple times. I got sent on, and, you know, that's racing.